Hi everyone, my name is Patrick A. Pitarmos, and in this time we will tackle about the Department Order number 198, Series of 2018, implementing rules and regulation of Republic Act number 11058, entitled An Act Strengthening Compliance with Occupational Safety and Health Standards and providing penalties for violation thereof. So it was signed on December 6, 2018, and it was published on January 9, 2019, and also it was effective on January 25, 2019. So for the coverage, it shall apply to all establishments, projects, and sites and all other places where work is being undertaken in all branches of economic activity, including establishment located inside special economic zones and other investment promotion agencies, and utilities engaged in air, sea, and land transportation, and industries such as mining, fishing, construction, agriculture, and maritime. And last is contractors and subcontractors, including those engaged in the project of the public sector. So these are the coverage of this department order, which it will suited for the government establishment for the safety of the employers or workers. And then for the duties and rights, employers' duties: provide a safe and healthy workplace through the following among others. One is provide capacity building. So the employers has a duty to have the capacity of building that they are working in a specific establishment, and then provide information on OSH or occupational safety and hazard, and use devices, equipment, and we provide industry standards. So the employers or the workers has duty to use equipment, safety equipment, to prevent hazard or danger situation or scenario in the establishment. Last is provide appropriate PPS or personal protective equipment free of charge. So they must have a right protective equipment for them to use. Workers' rights: know the different types of hazards. So the worker should know the different type of hazard and how to prevent it. Then be provided with training, education, and orientation. So they must also have the orientation so that they can, they can have the education to how to prevent such disaster or danger in the establishment. Refuse unsafe work in cases imminent danger. So they have the right to refuse if the work that they are being given is not totally safe for them. So they have the right to refuse it if they feel that it's not gonna be safe for them. Last is report accident and dangerous occurrences. So the workers has a right to report the accident happening in the certain establishment to have an information for the upcoming workers to know about what happened in that kind of establishment. So workers' welfare facilities: all establishment, project sites, and all other places where work is being undertaken shall have the following free welfare facilities in order to ensure humane working condition. A is adequate supply of safe drinking water. An establishment should have supply of drinking water for the emergency if the worker or employees should drink for if they are thirsty. Letter B is adequate sanitary and washing facilities. So, and facilities should have also the washing area so that they will sanitize their hands or other parts of the body. B, suitable living accommodation for workers as may applicable, such as in construction, shipping, fishing, and night workers. So, as we all know that there are most of the construction worker in a certain establishment, they have separate living room or room for them to overnight work. So they should have that shelter to protect themselves from any kind of inappropriate happening. So letter D is separate sanitary wash and sleeping facility for all gender as may be applicable. So it is applicable if there are workers in the establishment had female and male, so they have both separate rooms so that they have their private area. Lactation station except those establishments as provided for under Dolly Department Order number 140 series of 2015. Ramps, railings, and other worker welfare facilities as may be prescribed by the OSH standards and other assurance. So, workplace classification based on risk. So, there are three types of workplace These are low risk workplace, medium risk workplace, high risk workplace. So in low risk workplace, low level of danger or exposure to safety and health hazard and not likely or with low probability to result accident, harm, or illness. These are the workplace that we are assured that this is a safe place for us to work. And then medium risk workplace, moderate exposure to safety and health hazard and with probability of an accident, injury, or illness. So there is a possible accident, but there is no it's not very high exposure of hazard. The third is presence of hazard or potential hazard within the company may affect the safety and or health of workers. So in this workplace, it is presence of high hazard like construction site. So that is belong to the high risk workplace. Safety signage and devices. All establishment, projects, and all other places where work is being undertaken shall have safety signage and devices to warn the workers and the public of the hazard in the workplace. So every establishment should have safety signage and devices so that the people or the employee will notice if that area is in under construction or under repair or in danger. So they must put signage or devices to aware people to be safe. Safety in the use of equipment. Contractor or subcontractor, if any, must comply with the OSH standards set by DOLI on safety and use of such equipment in the different phases of the company or project operation, including the transport to and from the establishment, project, site, or place where work is being undertaken. Appropriate training and certification by the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or TESDA, Professional Regulation Commission (PRC), or other concerned government agency shall be a requirement for operators before use of equipment if applicable. Occupational safety and health programs. OSH program shall be submitted and deemed approved upon receipt by concerned DOLI, RO, or FO. The OSH committee shall review and evaluate the program at least once a year or as necessary. A suitable construction safety and program specific for each construction project shall be submitted to concerned DOLI or RO or FO if its approval prior to start of the project. The total cost of implementing OSH program shall be an integral part of the company's operation costs. OSH personnel complement. All covered workplaces shall have qualified OSH personnel for the following: first aider, safety officer, nurse, dentist, physician. Number and type of OSH personnel are based on the number of employees and the contract determination by the safety officer of his or her workplace risk classification. Employees' compensation claim. A worker may file claims to compensation benefit arising out of work-related disability or death. Such claims shall be processed independently of the finding of both gross negligence or bad faith of the employer in the proceeding instituted for the purpose. The employer shall provide the necessary assistance to employees applying for claims. So, employer's compensation claim is a claim that if what happened to the bad happened to the employee must be supported by the establishment or the company. Safety and health training requirements. All OSH personnel shall undergo the prescribed mandatory trainings from DOLI or DOLI accredited training organization or its recognized training institution. All workers shall undergo the mandatory 8-hour workers OSH seminar as prescribed by DOLI, and also they shall undergo the mandatory competency assessment certification by TESDA. And then orientation seminars and trainings required by the employer by other regulation in the performance of their task shall be undertaken at no cost to the worker and considered as compensable working time. Joint and solidary liability. The employer, project owner, contractor, or subcontractor, if any, and any person who manages, controls, or supervises the work being undertaken shall be jointly and solidarily liable for compliance with occupational safety and health standards, including the penalties imposed for violation thereof as provided for in these rules. Incentives. Incentives may be given to qualified employers and workers in recognition for their effort in ensuring compliance with OSH standards. So, if if the qualified employers or workers in a certain establishment should be given a recognition if they work with OSH standards, so they must have the incentives of their effort. Incentives shall be given in the form of OSH training packages, additional protective equipment, technical guidance, recognition awards, and other similar incentives. Penalties for violation. So, willful failure or refusal to comply with the OSH standards or compliance orders issued by DOLI shall be penalized with 100,000 daily fine until full compliance, reckoned from the date of issuance of notice of resolve or compliance order. Penalties for violation. Violation of the same prohibited act shall be penalized of the corresponding fine plus 50% of the fine thereof of every instance of repeat violation. When the violation exposes the worker to death, serious injury, or serious illness, the imposable penalty shall be 100,000. Additional 100,000 administrative fine shall be imposed for the following: repeated obstruction, delay, or refusal to provide access to the covered workplace, or refusal access to relevant records and documents. Number 2 is misrepresentation, or number 3 is making retaliatory measures. So these are the penalties for if the workers or employee violates the rules. We're here at enforcement. Enforcement is through the DOLI regional offices having jurisdiction over the workplace. Department Order 183 series of 2017 shall govern the procedure and implementation of Department Order 198 series of 2018. So that is the information regarding to the Department Order number 198 series of 2018.